people just like you. And the best part? It's installed by our skilled craftsmen in about 3 to 5 days. Save $1,000 this month only. 844-932-8478.
Let's get started. So guys, let's get started, guys. Okay, I'm gonna put it down for a second. When I come back, I will put it up. Bye bye. See ya.
The smallest moments become the greatest milestones. At Bryn Mawr Rehab Hospital, our tireless creativity is making the impossible possible.
Being your dealer's never been hard. I just listen to you. Customers are different. Some type, some call, some come in. But you want the same thing. You want the car and you want the low price. You just tell me the car you want and I give you the lowest price. Chrysler's, Dodges, Ram, and the iconic Jeep brand, well, they're the hottest cars in America for over 5 straight years. You like them. At the end of the day, though, you need the right price. And I get that. David Dodge, Crazy Jeep, and Ram, Route 202 in Glen Mills. See, I've always been your dealer. Now you know it.
Welcome back to Inside Story. So Mayor Kenney out with his soda tax plan, and now it's interesting to watch the different sides maneuver to help him. He's had Jerry Jordan come out tweeting to the teachers, why don't you sign up, say that you're in support of this plan. You've also had Rodney Muhammad from the NAACP saying, listen, this is something that we should support, but Ed Rendell goes on the radio this week and just says, it's not personal, I've never been for sin taxes, what's next, donuts and hamburgers. And he also says, and then he also says, he thinks it would hurt poor people.
Well, it's interesting that they decided to go to the soda tax route again, and of course, the best route to fund something that you want to continue in perpetuity, like pre-K, is through the property tax. The problem is that Philadelphia has increased the property tax more than 20% since 2010. But if they did the property tax, they could derive the same amount of money, about $95 million a year, and the home that costs $130,000 would pay about $140 more per year. The only reason they won't go that route is because poor people don't vote the way others do. So the poor people, they're going to put this soda tax on you, and people who they're afraid of upsetting, who pay property taxes, they're leaving them alone.
I agree 100%. And to me, we constantly go to the most vulnerable people to do those type of things, which is not a good thing. I mean, already are struggling, and you're putting something else on top of it.
And what's the logic of it? Why not a French fry? Why not? I think it really hurts him because this is a really popular Democratic mayor, probably the most successful perceived to be in the last 30, 40, 50 years, right? And he's saying, in his own way, I just don't quite, affable, but basically, putting a harpoon through it. It really is. What is the logic of it? Why not diets? I mean, people say aspartame is really bad for you. Why not French fries? And I mean, as to pick up on what the governor said, this is like, rather than do a smart, more difficult thing, which is let's talk about property tax. I voted against the 2-cent tax, but how about a 3-cent tax, which is the case.
It's going to give me a hard time.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
That's pre-K, but the whole issue of pre-K is something that's difficult to achieve as well. There are a lot of child care centers in Philadelphia, but they don't meet the rating system of the Keystone Stars. And what Kenney wants to do is to bring all these daycare centers, child care centers up to standard so that they can actually educate small children as well as provide a safe place for them to be when their parents are at work. But it takes time, it takes money to do that. To move up from 2 stars to 4 stars in the Keystone Stars program, it takes years.
That's going to be
I was putting my kids in places they're not a lot. Right. There would be a lot of work to be done. Exactly. All right. Let's take a turn and talk about your poll as we end up here this morning, Terry. Looking at the national race, April 26th, we would have thought, oh my goodness, the primary will be past us. Now it could be important. And it's looking like if John Kasich can just hang on, this could be a good test for him.
Yeah, he's only 3 percentage points behind. He made a big move. He does very well down here in the southeastern part of the state among Republicans that are, moderately conservative. And he's made a big move. And remember, he has said, I'm not going to Idaho, I'm not going to Utah, I'm not campaigning out in the Southwest, I'm going to come in the Northeast. He's a neighboring state governor. McKee's Rocks native, plays up his Pennsylvania roots, has a fair amount of support among Republicans. Republican leaders,
right.
former governors.
You got Bob Asher, National Committee man, who's having events for him. I mean, this thing is just moving. He has a chance. It's moving.
Now, he can't win the nomination on the first ballot.
Oh, absolutely not.
Mathematically, he will not be the nominee if it's decided on the first
But
ballot.
it doesn't look like anything's going to be decided on the first ballot.
Well,
so.
a couple things too. What happens is, number one, is Kasich, I think, is viable. In Washington, he chaired the House Budget Committee. He's a successful governor. He's a conservative, but he's also a compassionate kind of guy. When you see what he's done in Ohio,
Have you heard terms
conservative
before?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, and this guy will deliver on that. I think people
Stop it, lie.
conservative, moderate, a guy who actually, I'd be proud to have him as the president of the United States. Pennsylvania, though, is going to play a critical role. Of the 71 delegates, only 17 will go with whoever wins the top line. The other 54, you might have some fun in Cleveland.
Listen, I'm going to have a lot of fun.
You're going to be back room, smoking cigars.
It's fun, not unrightful. The other interesting thing out of your poll, looking at both Hillary, at Cruz, at Trump, the people looked at the moment as being the front runners. The voters say we think that they could win, but I don't feel so good about them. Their negatives are really high. What does that mean?
How many different ways can you say this is the most presidential election in modern history? You have to go back to the 19th century when Andrew Jackson was accused of murder and for the duels that he fought, and we all know about Jefferson and childbirth and all of that. And look what happened to Al Smith when he ran for the presidency in 1928. The vicious anti-Catholicism that was about, and even with John F. Kennedy in 1960, he had it. I mean, this is one of the ugliest, mean-spirited, nasty campaigns that we've ever seen. All these candidates' negatives, as this continues, will go up. You know, the voters might say, I'll pick the least, well, you know where I'm heading with this.
Yeah.
Or some people may not even come out and vote.
Or stay home.
That's the biggest problem for me, people not coming out to vote.
We'll see.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break and come back to our Insiders Inside Stories of the Week.
Shopping for an SUV? Well, this is the time, and your Ford dealer is the place to get into a new Ford Edge or Explorer. Both feature a front 180-degree camera for a heads-up view of your surroundings. And EcoBoost technology, the perfect combination of power and efficiency. There's a full lineup of Ford SUVs designed to help you be unstoppable. Right now, you can lease a new Ford Explorer for $259 a month. That's just $259 a month.
There's that
But only
money,
for a limited time. Hurry to your local Ford store now.
Bailey went to the rescue. Hassle face.
One, a renowned team of bone, muscle, and joint specialists. The other, Delaware County's largest health system. Together, highly skilled experts armed with the latest techniques. Together, unmatched capability and unparalleled accessibility.